congratulations on your guitar and the instructional video you got. I know how it can be a little frustrating trying to learn from these things, and the stuff that you're doing or they ask you to do, or when you start out learning, doesn't sound too much like music. You sound like you're just doing the same things over and over and over and over and over and over. And you are, and that's how you have to do it, because you want your body to take over remembering this stuff so that your mind doesn't have to think about it. It just comes naturally to you. But in the meantime, here's a quick and easy way to get moving around on the guitar and do some stuff that sounds like blues. It sounds like music instead of just wang, 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 wang. I'm going to give you 3 chords. Actually, going to be only 2 chords. But from these chords, you can make thousands, hundreds of other chords. The first one is going to be a bar chord. I hope what you're learning now covered bar chords. But if not, the shape of the bar chord is made by we're at the 5th fret, which would be in the key of A, and my root is going to be on the heavy E string, so I'm basing it off of that. There are also bar chords that are made that the root is based off of the A string, which is the one down from that. But we're going to be here on the E string, so we're covering all the strings. So your index finger has to hold down every single one of the strings really nice and well, so that when you play them individually, they ring out. None of this, none of that. Just they all gotta be nice and clean. Okay. Once you got that, you take your second finger, and you put it on the G string, which is the 4th string down from the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. You take this finger and put it right there where it would fall naturally on the G string. Your 3rd finger will go on the 2nd string, which is the A string, at the 7th fret, and that's 2 frets down from where your index finger is, and it's on the 2nd string. Then you take your pinky and you tuck it right under that, and that would hold down the D string, and you'll get a chord that sounds like this. That's a regular old A bar chord, and it looks like that. Okay. Now, fortunately, out of these chords that I'm going to show you, this is the only one you gotta learn that's positioned this way. Okay. All right. Now, the cool thing about it is, if you get that, and then not only do you know that this is an A chord there, you know that this is a G chord just by moving it up, keeping the same position and just moving it up, sliding it 2 frets up, it's a G. 2 more frets up, now it's an F. Back down, A, B, 2 frets down, another fret, C, and then you go, D, E, all the way down. So you know every single chord now, playing that way, up and down the guitar neck. Now for our little change up that we're gonna do here, it's gonna be 3 chords, and the first chord is based off of this bar chord shape. The way that you're going to get our next chord, which is a 7th chord, is very simple. You're going to remove the pinky. When you remove the pinky, you get this. That's a more mellow, more blue sounding chord. Just by removing the pinky, now you not only have learned the A chord, but you've also learned the A 7th chord. Okay? Alright. Now, that's your 1 chord. Your 4 chord, in blues we go 1, 4, 5. So your 4 is going to be a D chord, but it's going to be a D 7th chord. And the way that we're going to get that chord is, look at the shape of my hand. Okay? Now the way that we're going to get that is, we're going to take the favorite finger of a lot of people, which is the one next to the 2nd finger, and you're going to place it on the 4th, at the 5th fret, on the A string, which is the 2nd one down from the top. That would be this one. So you're at the 5th fret with your 2nd finger on the A string. Now, your index finger, which is right behind it, that goes on the string below that, but behind it at the 4th fret. So now you have this. If you play those 2 strings that you're holding down, you should hear this. Now we're not finished, because our 3rd finger goes under our 2nd finger and holds down all the other strings that's not being held down by your other 2 fingers. And when you finish, you get this. And that's your D7th chord. Okay, so now you got the 1, which was the A7. And now you got the 4, which is your D7. And the way that you're going to get your 5 now is very simple and it's easy. It kind of gives you a break, because you keep the same fingering position and you just move it this way. That would be up the neck, 2 frets, and then you have E7. Made famous by James Brown, of course. Okay, so we have our A7, D7, and E7. Now the way that would work in blues is you go something like, back to the A. That's on your 5. To the 4. Now the way we get back to the 4 is it's just a half step chromatic walk back down to the 4. So yeah, it's kind of simple, you know, but if you don't put too much thought into it, it's just like once you get past this whole how to hold your fingers thing, you know that it applies to a lot of other areas. So it's like, wow, I have to learn all these chords. But okay, basically if you think about it, I just have to learn these chord shapes. If you learn these chord shapes, then you could apply it, you know, to, okay, I know this chord. I know an A7th chord. Now, where do I find a G7th chord? Very simple. You just move it down 2 frets and you have one. See? And right now, I wouldn't even be, you know, worried about scales and stuff right now, playing solo. Just deal with the chords, get the chords down. Chords are what strengthens your hands in the first place, and you're going to need a lot of that when you start playing scales and solos and stuff. But you're on your way, so you know, just get these chords down, and they're very useful. And you could just, you know, start moving them around, learn what the chord name is in whatever position you're playing it in, and then, you know, before too long you have acquired the knowledge of, you know, hundreds of chords.